I'm really tempted to see if it'll go right up this hill. It might flip over backwards though. At least we're recording if that happens. Oh shit! Woo! Both front tires were just in the air, I swear. And it sounded very bad. But it did it. That was too easy, obviously, so I decided to heel toe it and do some brake boosting. This is diff unlocked, and the next clip is diff locked. Alright, you guys asked for it. We're going to haul the Can-Am out to the trails in the baby truck and see what happens. So the braking performance is surprisingly good. I don't know how these brakes work at all, and they're stopping this 1,000-pound Can-Am. I can't see out the back at all. And it's kind of top heavy. It leans a lot in corners. You got to corner very slowly. But this isn't the real test. The real test is going to be, how does it do off-road? Will it break in half with something as heavy as it is in the bed? And this thing's not cherry. It's got some rust on the frame and stuff. So this is going to be potentially catastrophic as soon as I get off pavement. The way the suspension lurches with this much weight up high is hilarious. We're also getting a lot of weird looks from people. I probably should have put more than 15 PSI in the tires. Oh well. The power and torque doesn't seem to be the real scary thing. It's the suspension and the lack of sway bars. Into third. It wants to almost do a wheelie. I've also got really shitty ATV wheel spacers on the back with 10mm studs for maximum depth. Guys, here we go. We're going to be keeping it in low range first gear, going as slow as possible because it's way over its rated carry limit on pavement, and we are on some pretty bumpy trails. So right now I've got it in two-wheel drive low first gear. Probably go ahead and lock the diff just preemptively. Just getting into this trail night before last, we actually buried this thing twice. I guess we'll take the same kind of line we did there. Put one tire up there, don't lean it over too far, but wow, it's performing better than it did without the weight in the bed. Oh, leaning. This is where I got stuck and the GX470 got stuck. And there's a tire in here, a bunch of trash. It's pretty off camber, so we just gotta go straight over the tire, I think. Oh yeah, not a problem. Well, sorry that was so boring. I thought that was gonna be a lot more challenging. Usually I unload over there, but it's doing so well, let's just keep going until we break it, you know, and then be totally stranded like a genius. Yeah, that side looks kind of soft, but I don't want to lean over too far. Leaning is bad. Don't want to fall in that rut. Oh, there it goes. Put one tire up here, should get some pretty sick flex. Whoa! Terrifying. Ah, gosh. The door still opens and closes fine. A Ford with this much weight in the back, you wouldn't be able to open the door. Oh shit! It came off the ground like 2 feet when I got out of it. Oh yeah, it's spinning. Oh! Oh! Softer than it looks here. That was third gear. Oh my gosh, what a machine. Right, on location. Very nice, easy unloading procedure because the ramps are totally flat right now. Do is you got to try to not have your tire fall in that hole. That diff lock is something else. It goes right through it. Oh, that was sketchy. Google Pixel is underwater. I'm trying to get it to spin because that's what cleans it up. When you aerate the water, it's like a pressure washer. But I don't want to flip over backwards either. Yeah, do that one more time, good to go. It's the fastest way to clean stuff if you're properly snorkeled, that is. So I fold the bed sides down to load it because it's so close to not fitting. But I think I'm just gonna try it like this time. Because it's, you know, more convenient. Also, the ramps are pretty flat. All right, back in the Hijet. That was a nice little lunch break, but we got to get back to work, so time to head back. Got it loaded up in all of 2 minutes. Feet are wet. It's gonna be fun, but you know, whatever. It's gonna go this way, I guess. Oh, it's spinning a lot. Yeah, a lot of times it's just easier to go through the center of the hole, I swear. Oh, shit. That tire was way in the air. It's amazing I haven't flipped it yet. I say that I'm gonna flip it as soon as I get on pavement, watch. 50 kilometers per hour. Oh, there's a turn, you better wait. You better slow down. There's a slight curve in the road and a red light. And I tried backing it in there, but this was hitting the back glass. I just hate the bumpers on this thing. They make it so much longer than it needs to be. So I got one strap pulling the front end down, going to these fairly beefy bed mounts that are held in with 212s. Then I got one strap pulling it forward. Of course, hydraulic parking brake, and it's in park. And it's got a roll back, you know, 6 inches before it falls out. I got some bungee cords there too, so I feel like this is a solid method